Over the last 5 years of being in the content agency space, I have seen so many people come in and then quit because they never managed to crack the code of how to land new high-paying clients every single month. And I'm telling you, if you really just put some time into this and figure out what I'm going to talk to you about in this video, you're going to basically guarantee yourself that you can land new high-paying clients every single month on demand, right? So you can do it at your own will and not have to rely on just pure luck. Now, I know that this can sound too good to be true, but trust me, it has worked well for our own agency, and not only for us, but also for all of the people that we have worked with one-to-one at Grow Creatives. And we've managed to do this for over a dozen people and help them get to over 10K a month with their own content agencies as well. So what I'm going to be talking to you about in this video is what I like to call the client acquisition trifecta. It is basically a combination of multiple ways of getting clients put together that makes the perfect match and makes sure that you can land new high-paying clients every single month. Now, this system is not going to include running paid ads to get clients for yourself, because when it comes to B2B high-ticket services, it is really difficult to figure that out, and you can burn through a ton of money without any results. So unless you're doing at least bare minimum 20K per month, I wouldn't recommend ads. But let's get into this client acquisition trifecta and exactly how it works and what are the elements that make up this system. So when it comes to running a content agency, you basically have three main ways of getting new clients to sign up with you. One, you have inbound, which is you putting out content. Two, you have outbound, which is you reaching out to people who don't know you yet. And three, you have referrals, which is your existing clients referring you more work. The best video editors and also content agencies who manage to scale beyond 10K a month usually use multiple or all of these different ways of getting clients to their advantage. Now let's go through each one of these and exactly how you can implement them as well for your own business so you can land your next high-paying clients this month. So first up, we have inbound marketing. So this is you building out kind of like your own personal brand as well. And I would say in 2024 and beyond, if you want to be relevant and if you want to be getting clients, it's going to make it a lot easier if you are not invisible online and you have your own social media presence as well. Now, inbound marketing can be really powerful because it will basically cater towards your ideal customers. And although it doesn't work instantaneously, so it takes a little bit more time for this efforts to build up and actually start getting you clients, but when it starts working, it's really magical because instead of you having to chase down your ideal prospects, they will basically be finding your content, resonating with it, building up trust with you and coming to you to pay you money instead of you again having to chase them down. As I've said before, it is more of a long-term play, so I do recommend you to start it out as soon as possible and build it out in the background because it can easily take 3 or even 6 months for this to really start kicking in. Now, you can experience some of the benefits from inbound marketing as well, even before that, but for it to really start picking up, it usually requires some more time and also a lot of consistency. So you need to be patient with this. Now, the cool thing is that it is basically entirely free, right? So unless you are outsourcing the videos for yourself as well, recording content is basically free and distributing it on social media platforms like YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram is again completely free. Talking about the platforms, these are actually the ones that I would recommend you to get on as well. If you are starting out, especially Twitter and Instagram are amazing. And if you are a bit more advanced and you know a lot more about your craft as well, you have great case studies and all of that, then getting on YouTube long form is one of the best things you can do because there you can establish even more trust and authority with your ideal prospect. For starting out, I would recommend you to post at least one YouTube video per week that can be a case study, a breakdown of a certain strategy you have used, or anything along those lines that could be valuable for your target audience. For Instagram, I would recommend putting out 2 to 3 reels per week at least. That can be, before and afters of your work, again, case studies, whatever it is that you want to be sharing. And for Twitter, a couple of tweets per day at least is ideal. Now, second of all, we have outbound. So what I like about outbound prospecting and outbound marketing is that it is very controllable, right? So Whereas with content, it can take a lot longer time and it's not as predictable as it for when it's going to start working. With outbound, it's really just a numbers game. You basically have your system, you have inputs to the system, and you have outputs and everything else as well that's in between there, which is going to be your messaging, your landing page, your VSL, how good your emails are, whether you're landing in spam or not, or you can not only use email, but of course, you can also use Twitter, Instagram, and all these other social media platforms as well. But the point is, it's a numbers game, right? So you can even land a client if you really know what you're doing and you are doing enough volume with outbound prospecting, even on month one, right? So that's the thing, right? Is that most people just simply don't know what they are doing and they are not doing anywhere near enough volume. So these are the two things that are the biggest downsides, so to say, of outbound prospecting. Is number one, it takes some time to learn it. So whether you are going to be using emails as your primary method or Instagram or Twitter, you really need to learn the platform itself, the limits, to make sure that you are actually landing in their inboxes and people are seeing your messages and not getting, your account restricted or landing in spam in the case of email. You really need to learn how to write compelling copy that people will actually read through and that will grab their attention. And you will need to learn how to also convert the replies that you are getting to your messages into actual sales calls. And for that, having a landing page is very useful. But regardless, that's the thing, right? You got to learn the game and then you have to do a lot of volume. So when I say a lot of volume, if you're going to go that route of not just doing like super personalized videos, you want to be doing like at bare minimum 1,000 a month, right? And that's like bare minimum if you want to be seeing real results with this. You can also go down the other route of making super customized outreach, and then obviously you don't have to do as much. You can just do 1 to 5 per day and still see results with that if you are providing way more upfront value. But what a lot of people do is actually, none of these. They just do somewhere in between, where they basically take a mass outreach approach and they just copy and paste emails with maybe changing the name, and they don't really have a strategy behind it. They are just sending it from a random email account, like a Gmail account, and they're just landing in spam, which they don't even know. But yeah, and then they also don't do enough volume so that they could get results. So they are using copy and paste and they are doing like 5 a day, and that's just not going to cut it, okay? So if you are going to go the super personalized route, then make sure it's super valuable, every single piece of outreach that you're sending, and make sure it's going to the right people as well. And if you're not doing that, then make sure you're doing enough volume, tracking all of your numbers, and making sure that the sales process as a whole is working. I'm going to pop up a quick screenshot of one of our outreach tracking sheets so you can see some of the main KPIs that we are looking for when it comes to, working with our students and also our outbound campaigns. Now, the third way of getting clients is referrals. Now, this is by far my favorite way of doing it because it's way more effortless and, so to say, easy on you compared to the other two methods. Because with this one, as long as you have a really good service quality and you are getting amazing results for your clients, they will refer you clients that will pay you more money on average and that will close at a way higher rate, and usually that will be easier to work with as well, because there is already that initial element of trust from their friend recommending you to them. So you will need to do less sales on the actual call. They will be usually easier to work with and they will on average pay you more money. Now, in terms of my tips for getting more referrals, obviously it goes without saying, have an amazing service and get amazing results for your customers. Then second of all, create a referral program for your clients so that they actually are incentivized as well to share you with their contacts. And one thing that you can do to not make them feel bad for, kind of like recommending your services to their friends and in return that they are getting money, is you can give them a certain amount of free time from your service, right? So let's say you give them a free week or 2 free weeks after them referring you a big deal. And then the third tip for getting more referrals is to ask for referrals when the clients are happiest. So if you've been working, let's say, for a new client for 1.5 months and the numbers are finally starting to blow up, you're getting some viral reels or some of the YouTube videos are booking a lot of sales calls and they are very happy with the results, that's when you want to ask for not only referrals, but also ask for a testimonial and a client interview as well. And both of those are going to do you a lot in terms of getting more customers through the door, because they build up up a lot of trust with other potential prospects. So ask your clients for referrals when they are happiest, and that's when they are going to be also most likely to recommend you to other people. So I hope you found this video insightful. If you want help with implementing all of these different systems for your business as well and scale past 10K a month, then check the first link in the description below, where you will be able to book a call with me or my team. And basically we'll see whether that's something we could help you with in your current situation. Now, if you want to see more content like this on the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.